Hello, what's up ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It is me, Lasty here. Welcome today to a brand new episode of the FIFA 23 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 159 if I've got my maths correct. Hopefully you're all doing well. Welcome to Sunday. Now, today I offer you something that hasn't been offered for a little while, and that is the chance of a double upload today. If you're feeling generous enough and we can reach 2,500 likes by 6 p.m. UK tonight, smash that thumbs up and I'll give you a double upload. How about that? That is just as a nice way to try and increase the engagement on these videos and stuff. There's a double upload up for grabs, whereby you'd probably see like my weekend league rewards. So if you want to see them earlier than tomorrow, hit the thumbs up button. So this is going to be the team that I rock up into the weekend league with, because I just think it's brilliant. Like, I'd need like a special Mbappe or something. Something would have to. It would have to be a pretty big player to come in and take any of those players' spots in the club. It really would, to be honest. So, yeah, maybe Showdown Series has some good players that I could potentially bring in. Other than that, we'll stick with what we've got. So let's start the episode off by doing the final 83 by 10. Now, just be aware that I know it's Sunday and you know, Showdown stuff started on Friday, but getting ahead of the videos because I was going away and stuff meant that we are still in Road to the Final mode here. So there's every chance that we could pack one of those. And trying to get as much stuff done before Friday at 6 p.m. was my plan, because it meant that there was still a chance to pack special cards, and we kind of thought that maybe this whole week wasn't going to have any special cards in packs, which is a little bit meh, isn't it? And you don't want... That would basically mean that you're trying to pack Mbappe all week, and that's not ideal. So from 1083 plus players, we get a gold walkout. German centre mid. We've all seen this before, haven't we? It's Tony Kroos. And that, my friends, is a duplicate untradeable, I'm pretty sure. He walks out doing his keepy-ups, or kick-ups, and he absolutely leathers it. But yeah, it was actually a really good 83 by 10, in all honesty, because we get two 86s, two 84s, an 87, an 88, and just a few 83s. I can't really complain about that. I mean, two duplicate untradables is not ideal, but the good thing about that is... I'd kind of eyed up an SBC and I was basically just waiting on a result. So Thursday night when the UEL games were on, it was, who was it? Monaco versus Leverkusen, and Moussa Diaby plays for Leverkusen. They won on penalties. I believe Diaby scored the winning penalty. It was like 5-5 on aggregate and went extra time in pen, so it was pretty enjoyable. But yeah, this SBC was out for 24 hours after that game finished. I think it's expired now, obviously. But an 88 Diaby for an 85 rated squad when I already had an 87 and an 88 duplicate untradeable seemed like pretty good value to me. And of course, this is his pre-upgrade. So he will be an 89 in the club. Whether or not that will feature in today's episode or not, I'm not sure. He probably will turn to an 89. He already has, obviously. It happened on Friday during the day. But yeah, so that seemed like an even better reason to get him into the club. Because with that upgrade, this is a super sub of the gods, right? Super fast, super agile, just should be good. And I am now a massive Leverkusen fan in the UEL. Let's hope they go all the way, right? So we can get a nice 5-star, crazy rated Diaby. That'd be brilliant. That'd be amazing. So let's get into champs. This was Friday morning, the earliest I'd started champs in a long time, probably ever actually. First opponent did have that Diaby and a 95 Zidane, which I was a little jealous of because, you know, we've only got a measly 94. It took 8 minutes for me to get into the lead. Love that. And after a little bit of pressure for a couple more minutes, he quits. Lovely stuff. Just what you want from game number 1 of the weekend league. I'm going to take a sip of water. Excuse me. Yeah, just what you want. Literally, 12 FIFA minutes, we get a win. Perfect stuff. Next opponent has got CDM Atal and some other FUT legends in his squad, but we shall dispatch of this fella as well. Lovely run by Cruyff, a great pass in by Eto, and the Dutchman can just finesse it past the goalkeeper nice and low, and a beautiful ball through. Eto is always going to pull away from all defenders in that situation, and that was basically me trying to do a Trivela shot, ended up being a skill shot, and he did like the Thierry Henry where he kicks it with one foot and kicks before you even think. It was quite a nice goal, to be fair. Again, he played on for just a few more minutes and then quit at 2-0. So I was like, man, this Friday morning stuff is easy. I've been moaning in previous weeks that because I'd start at like maybe midday on a Friday sometimes, and it would just be teams like this, you know, like the generic mega sweat, you know, must have either a Mbappe or a Jarzinho or both, and everyone else that you would expect. And this guy was annoying, like, fair enough. He ends up getting his goals and winning this match 2-0. They weren't the greatest of goals, and it was just possession hoarding at its finest, and it's just frustrating to play against. And that actually started to raise the old blood pressure levels a little bit and the stress levels, because as you can see there, I had a lot higher XG and I lost 2-0, and it was just meh. I just hate playing people like that, but is what it is. He got his win, and I'm sure he goes off happy, but probably bored at the same time with all that possession, just passing it around. Into the next game we go then. A tough opponent with a good squad at least. Go 1-0 up from a corner header from Drogba, and then I try this power shot or super shot 34 minutes in, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't see why, but that was what made him pause and quit. Very strange, because actually it wasn't too bad in the game. I was kind of struggling a little bit to score the goals against his three at the back. It was weird. Players were all over the place, but yeah, he quits at 1-0 as well. So I'm loving the fact that people aren't staying in so much in this weekend league. My next opponent has Team of the Year, Lionel Messi, as well as Red Neymar and Red Donnarumma. And it is that Messi card that scores against me after 2 minutes 20. 2 minutes 20 seconds FIFA seconds wise, and then actually he ends up scoring again after like 3 minutes and something. I had the original kickoff in this game, by the way, and I'm 2-0 down in 3 minutes 38. That's actually quite impressive from both me and my opponent there. Me to be that terrible and him to be that crazy out of the blocks. So yeah, I quit that game because, well, he was just too good for me, and that was probably going to be a 10-0. So we got the hell out of there. So, what are we, like 2-2 at this point? It's not great. It's really not good. I kind of thought with the first couple of games being rage quits that things were going to go quite well for me. Or maybe we're 3-2. Who knows? Anyway, this game, this was a game right here. Or maybe are we 3-1? 3-2? 3-3? I don't really know. You're going to have to try and remember that yourselves, because I see so much gameplay making these videos every day that I genuinely just forget exactly where we're at. But as you can see, I end up being 3-1 down in the first half, but Drogba with a perfect step over there and a red time finish in off the bar. I'll take it. Yeah, and then like he was just leaving Drogba a little bit too free, and he's too quick to be left alone like that. As you can see here, just basically makes a free goal. A little sweat across there for Paul Pogba. And then this is brilliant. Love that from Cancelo. Absolutely adore that goal from Johan Cruyff. The little bicycle kick when I didn't even ask for one. And then that would have basically just, you know, sealed the game. Green time shot, last kick of the half. Decided that it didn't want me to score that one. So we're 4-3 up. This has been a crazy game, but the second half just does not go my way. Donnarumma decided he didn't have hands in this one, letting literally everything in. That was a green. It was green timed, I think, but it was a weak-footed shot from an odd angle at the edge of the box from Moise Kean, and the header at the front post from Maldini, and then that from range from Pogba. And I was just like, I'd actually had some really good chances in this game. I just noticed he sweated at the 5 at the back. Disgusting. But yeah, I think I deserved that one with a 5.5 XG. But it turns out my Donnarumma didn't have hands, his did. So can't get too upset about it, but it was annoying at the time. Not as annoying as losing to that guy with all the possession, though. That one was nearly weekend league ending. Yeah, that's how much I hate having a small amount of possession. But the next game, I go 1-0 up thanks to a penalty early on, and then Eto'o plays the ball of dreams to Drogba, who, well, fluffs the attempt, but it was still enough for my opponent to be like, whoa, this guy is way too good for me to be playing against. I need to quit ASAP. So thank you, SL Style. Maybe on Friday mornings, kind of early on, like this was probably 10:30 a.m. Maybe the people that are playing at this time were kind of willing to play almost like golden goal, because there was a lot of 1 and 2-0 rage quits here, which I greatly appreciated. I go 1-0 down after 2 minutes in the next game, and it is to a volley. I get gifted a penalty a few minutes later. This guy had a prime Ronaldinho and was quite good with his volley, but also had like a terrible defense. Like, I'm talking about like the players were just not up to scratch. There's this guy called like Palois, not sure who it is, but he just wasn't really cutting it. So yeah, that was making it far too easy for me to get through. And Eto'o and Drogba were just like, just perfect. I love them both. I can't drop either one of them. It's so sad because, like, I'm getting to the point now where I would love to try a new striker or something on the game, but how can I drop either Eto'o or Drogba? It's just, no, is the answer. They're both brilliant. They're both absolute gems on this game, and I was afraid because my next opponent had the Bates and Tifo, and he had an Eto'o, and I was like, oh, God, this guy's going to know FIFA YouTube. He's going to know what's up with Eto'o as well. But I scored a goal that was offside, so I'd put quite a bit of pressure on early and then grabbed the ball there with Maldini. Great interception. Cruyff then knocks it through to Eto'o. He can then just tap it into Drogba. Good goalkeeper movement and a good save, but it's literally fallen straight out to me. And yeah, if you are someone that is a YouTube viewer or a stream watcher in the FIFA community, appreciate the 1-0 quit. Yeah, I came out of the blocks flying in that game, so that was good because that right there was the game which actually took me up to 6 wins. I was 5-3, I remember, and I said to my mate, I'm at least going to be 5-5 after 10 games, and that's exactly what I needed, you know, because that means that we've had an all right first half of the weekend league. And then I'm 6-3, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to be, it's going to be easier in the second half of the weekend league to get our 11 wins because I'm going to have to win less. Then I'll go 1-0 up in this one. Does he quit at 1-0? No, he doesn't. He paused it, and I thought he was going to because it was a dodgy goal that we scored. And then Drogba ends up getting the corner header. I scored quite a lot of them this weekend. I actually thought they'd patched them a few days ago, but no, I've been they're strong as ever. My little technique is as strong as ever. I score all the time with Pogba or Drogba from the corners, and I'm 7-3 from my first 10 games, and that is at a time where I would say it's typically insanely difficult to play FIFA, which is during the morning of the first day. You know, there's not as many people on. It's normally the absolute super sweats. Am I an absolute super sweat? Maybe I am. I don't know. But I was having a great time. Couple of frustrating defeats, but nonetheless kept my head and had so many like 1 or 2-0 rage quits. It was unreal. So that got me through the first 10 games like super, super quick. So yeah, like I said, the idea is that hopefully, you know, we can smash the thumbs up on today's video, get 2,500 likes, and then I'll give you a double upload later of me finishing off my games and doing live rewards. That's the plan, right? If not, hey, we'll see you tomorrow with it. But yeah, if you can keep showing that love and support on the series, that'd be brilliant. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel as well if you're new. Cheers. Follow me down below. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, links are down there. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. What football is on this afternoon? Is there a Super Sunday? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.